So I got in a new camera because I was getting kind of bored being in quarantine for a while. Just recently, the governor of Guam has opened up some malls and places a couple of days ago. So we're slowly going back to normal. But of course, we have to be safe and keep our social distancing. But I've been thinking about this camera for a while. This is actually my third version of this camera, and I'm gonna start unboxing it. And just want to say thanks to Will from New Haven, Connecticut for sending me this camera and giving me a good deal. What's surprising is this camera has actually gone up in price compared to what I got, the price I got the previous cameras for. And if you're wondering about my facial hair or my crazy haircut, all the barbershops have been closed, but they're gonna open up in a couple of days, so I'm gonna take care of this. Okay, the box got a little wet when I first received it, so hopefully it's in good condition. I see the outer Leica box, and it got wet from the bottom, so we'll see if it is still okay. And it looks to be in great condition. And usually, if you don't know, a lot of Leica cameras and products, they come in an outer white box like this. So I got into Leica M9-P. First I had the Leica M8.2 in 2011. Then I had sold that to get into Nikon again. Just gonna cut this here slowly. Then I went with, I believe, the Leica M240. Then I went back to the CCD sensor, Leica M9-P upgrade. It was a black one. So it was a Leica M9 upgraded to M9-P. Then again, I went back to another camera system, can't remember at the moment. Then again, I had another Leica M240, different color, it was black. So my heart has always been with Leica, and I get a lot of enjoyment always shooting rangefinder, their rangefinder cameras. So taking it out the box now. Okay, so I got the Leica M9-P in chrome color. This is like new condition. I believe Will got it from Leica New Jersey, and I think it's still under warranty for the next 3 months. By opening the box, pull this tab here, it looks like you get the manuals. This over here. Paperwork, and this does have the new sensor. Certificate, warranty card. I think this is the benefits as a Leica customer. Okay, and this is the manual in different languages. Test certificate, the matching serial number, making sure everything is okay. And again, manual in different languages. So as I unbox this, I'm going to show you pictures from my previous M9s. Okay, so next we have, and this box doesn't fold down like the M240, and I believe the M8.2 was like that as well. So this is the camera itself. I'm going to try to take out. Should be here. And underneath, I believe, is the batteries. I think maybe the flaps were supposed to be up here. Didn't I pull it together. And this is where you have all the accessories underneath. I think this is like the camera strap. Oh, this is where the battery is. One battery. This is where the camera strap is. Second battery does come in 2 batteries. Both one original, I believe, or they're both OEM. Okay. And I think the center box here. And this is the charger cable with the charger itself. So a lot of reasons why I wanted to get this camera. Number one mainly is every time I'm looking at my previous photos of my photo shoots and I just see the images from the M9 from the CCD sensor, or I see pictures and I wonder what camera did I use for that picture, and it was actually taken with the M9 or the ME. I had the ME before as well, and I always regretted selling them. And one day when I was trying to make my new business card, I wanted to put the best photos that I have taken that I think look pretty good. And so while going through Lightroom, it was actually, the photos that kept coming up was actually from this sensor. And if you don't know, it's an 18 megapixel CCD sensor that was made by Kodak. So the colors are really good. And just looking at this camera again, it is small. Smaller than I remembered it to be. Really nice. Very good condition, like mint. Differences between the regular M9 and M9P is in the front you don't have the red dot. This has a screw. This screw is actually functional. You can take this out and adjust the rangefinder. The M9 isn't here. On the top plate you have the Leica that's engraved. Leica camera, AG Germany. You have the Leica M9-P on the hot shoe. The back, this is actually made out of sapphire glass, so it doesn't scratch easily, and the only way to cut the sapphire glass is with diamond. Okay, so let's put in the battery. And I need a memory card. I don't know if this new memory card will work. I do have an older one that I should use. Turn on. No SD card. So it doesn't recognize this new memory card. Okay, I think I need to get the older SD card. It's in my bag. So remember, this camera is about 10 years old, so I don't think it likes the new UHS 2 card. But this is a very old, this is a UHS 1 card, PNY. I had this card for many years, and never let me down. So I'm sure it has no problems reading this older card. Just can't believe how small this is from before. Okay, still detecting no SD card. Maybe I need to format it on my computer first. This is reading as Leica SL exFAT. I'm going to erase maybe just MS-DOS fat. Just like an M9-P. Erase. Okay, so it's MS-DOS fat 32, eject. We are going to try again. Okay, seems like I recognized it. And what I always do is format SD card in camera, set, yes. So it was set to exFAT because I was using this also on the Leica SL, so I needed to set it to, I believe, just regular FAT 32 in the this utility. Let me see here. Yes, just MS-DOS fat. That's it. Again, this is like a 10-year-old camera. But yeah, this being a 10-year-old camera, for some reason, it's just the files out of this is very nice. Very nice files. Colors, you don't need to really do anything with the colors of this camera. It's like made by Kodak, so just all the raw files that I usually shoot with this camera, I import it in Lightroom, and I don't really edit any of the files at all. Maybe very minor tweaking, but for the most part, they're very good straight out of camera, and it looks very organic. Like it looks like I'm shooting film. Just the way the CCD sensor reads the light coming in. So there's a lot of, I'm gonna make another video about why I still chose the M9-P in 2020, a 10-year-old camera. But for the main reason right now is just the image quality that I get from this that you can't get from any other camera on the market today. And I know it's not that great in low light, but if you use a fast lens like 1.4, 1.5, you can let a lot of light in, and you can shoot this at a lower ISO than you would usually shoot it at. But again, it's just the images that you get from this camera. No other camera can give you that. And yeah, a lot of people don't really like the way the shutter sounds, so I'm gonna do it again. But to me, it sounds like a film camera, and it just feels really good, very responsive. And you can even shoot this at slower shutter speeds and still get sharp images. So I'm gonna shoot some things around the house. I did sell the Lumix G9, and that's for a different video and the reason why I sold it. But yeah, I can't wait to go outside and start shooting with this camera soon after this whole COVID-19 is done. Thank you for watching my unboxing, and please subscribe.